Hey folks, Mila the Mindset Coach here, back with another episode of Sabotage Files. And today we are going to talk about perfectionism in disguise. Okay? So, perfectionism it looks a lot like high standards, right? But let's be so for real. It's really fear in a fancy outfit, it's the art of never really being ready. So let's talk about perfectionism. On the surface, it is admirable. People will say, I just want to do it right, or I just want to put out my best work. I just want to put my best foot forward. And that sounds responsible, but underneath it all, perfectionism is often one of the most common forms of self sabotage. Um, how many times have you asked yourself, or have you told yourself rather, that you would start when you were ready, or that you'll start when the thing is ready, or I'll launch when it's perfect? That podcast idea that's still in your notes app, that resume you keep tweaking, that business plan you've been refining for months. Here's the truth. That's not really preparation. That's actually procrastination with lipstick on. Perfectionism convinces you that mistakes are fatal, that if you launch messy, you'll embarrass yourself. But clarity doesn't come from planning, it comes from doing. You don't learn how to swim by reading about water or about pools. You learn by getting in. So let me give you a story. I knew someone who wanted to start a blog. She spent months choosing fonts, picking colors, debating names, and by the time she was quote unquote ready, her inspiration was gone. She never published a single post, and perfectionism didn't protect her from the embarrassment. It robbed her of momentum. So, where does perfectionism actually come from? Let's talk about it. Sometimes it's fear of rejection. If it's flawless, no one can criticize it. Sometimes it's control. If I can plan everything, nothing bad can happen. Sometimes it's identity. If I don't do it perfectly, that means I'm not good enough. But here's the problem: perfect does not exist, it is not a thing. It's a moving target, and if you wait for it, or while you wait for it, your opportunities are going to pass you by. Okay, so how do you shift that mindset? Let's talk about some strategies. Number one, adopt the 70% rule. If it's 70% good, launch it. The world doesn't need flawless, it needs your work in motion. Let's just take this whole series, for example. It's not perfect. I'm not perfect. I stutter over my words. Sometimes I will, go off on a tangent or whatever. But it's 70% there. So here I am. All right. So if it's 70% good, launch it. Number two, set time-based deadlines. Give yourself a finish line. Say something like, I have 3 days to edit this, then it goes live, and then stick to that deadline. Number three, practice messy action. Intentionally put out something imperfect. Post the draft, share the rough cut. You'll realize people don't really care nearly as much as you think. And if they do, then they're probably not your audience in the first place. And number four, Redefine success. Instead of asking, was it perfect? Ask, did I grow? Did I learn? So here's the reflection that I want you to sit with. What have you been waiting to start until it's perfect? Write that down, then ask, what would happen if I release it at 70% instead of waiting for 100? Perfectionism isn't excellence, it's actually avoidance. It doesn't protect your credibility, it keeps you small. Progress will always beat polish. If perfectionism has been slowing you down, then my next video is for you. We're going to be talking about procrastination, the habit that convinces you that time is on your side when really it's running out. So, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for coming back. And I will see you guys next week. Subscribe, share, comment, like, do all of the things. And again, I will see you all next week. All right, take care.